Hello, I'm Courtney Prosser, transformational mentor, and welcome to the Diamond Code podcast, the place where you learn to transform struggle into success, fear into fulfillment, and dirt into diamonds. Hello, I'm Courtney Prosser, and welcome to episode 6 of the Diamond Code podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about how to use meditation to awaken rather than to avoid stress. There are ways, believe it or not. Meditation is known as this powerful tool for us to use in our lives to cut through stress. But there are ways to use meditation that is detrimental to creating the success that we want to create, to managing our stress. And that's what I want to dive deep into today. I'm going to talk about how exactly we can use meditation in a way that actually gets in our way rather than is useful to cut through the stuff that appears to be in our way of getting to the success and the fulfillment that we want to create in our lives, and how to use meditation really effectively, the true form of meditation, and how to use it to catapult us to our success and to the fulfillment that we all desire in all areas of our lives. And I'm going to literally take you through a meditation that does that, and just give you a bit of an idea on the sorts of meditations to avoid that really do disconnect us from where it is that we need to have our focus. So just to talk about firstly, what is meditation? For those of you that haven't done a lot of meditation, meditation is the art of seeing reality. In essence, it's a process of learning to focus on different aspects of the world around us that helps us to develop and grow and awaken and overcome certain things that appear to be getting in our way. So the process of meditation, very simply put, is that when we learn to meditate, we learn to become the witness. We learn to become the observer of all of the experiences, all of the phenomenon that is appearing before us and within us in our lives. So common forms of meditation are often focusing on our breath and our breathing, rather than focusing on all of the things around us that may or may not be stressing us. By focusing on our breath, it takes our attention away from all of the things that are causing stress. It just focuses on something that's very constant, and the inhale and the exhale that happens naturally within our bodies and throughout our life just creates that, I guess, the ground on which all of life emerges from. It creates the constant that all of the comings and goings of life appear within. And our breath is also something that, when we're observing our breath, we can notice if it's really shallow. So when we deepen our breath, it says to our body that, we're okay and that we're safe and that everything's unfolding perfectly, that our breath is sort of an unspoken language to our physical body to calm down because we're safe and we don't need to be on alert. The most powerful aspect of meditation that I have found is developing the witness. So we develop this ability to know ourselves and know the way that we react and respond to life. It develops an ability within us to have a depth of seeing and a depth of observation as we move through our life. So we can go through a circumstance on the outside and we can know what we're thinking in response to that. We can know how our body's reacting in response to that. We can know what emotions are being triggered in response to that. And we can know what our intuition is telling us in response to that. It's a powerful way to be when we are tapped in and tuned into ourselves at that level of depth. Learning to be the observer gives us it just creates a bit of space. It gives us a chance to be able to choose a different response. So if we're not aware, if we're not mindful of how we're reacting on all levels to a particular circumstance, then we sort of then just become a slave to our reactions. We just react in conditioned ways, in patterned and programmed ways. And as life continues to show up and unfold, we just react and we respond in very patterned ways. Meditation creates a little bit of space so that we can actually choose a different way to respond, a more evolved way to respond, a more loving way to respond. And it gives us the power then to choose to grow and evolve and to choose another response in life. This is how we create success. This is how we create fulfillment. And then there's a whole other layer of meditation that then, once we've observed our reactions to our outside circumstances, there's then the process which is the true essence of meditation, which actually gets us to turn around and observe who is observing. And this is where our true self sits, our higher self, the essence of who we are, that is vast. And this is the whole true, deeper essence of meditation, to actually observe so much within our being that we then get curious enough to realize that who is watching and who is observing all these things that come and go and trigger and react and respond to all these circumstances that come and go in life and go in circles. There are these vast cosmic eyes just watching everything that comes and goes in our life. And the true essence of meditation is to awaken to that. And that's deep. And it's not something for you to understand. It's not something for you to listen to me and go, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's something for you to investigate in your own life. It's something for you to practice every day, observing all of the circumstances and the reactions and the thoughts and the emotions that arise in your body and your being and your life, and to observe those and to practice, taking a breath before you react and choosing different responses so that you can choose different outcomes in your life and create the success and the fulfillment that you desire. We are powerful creators, and this is how we use our power. We intercept our beliefs, we intercept old patterns, and we choose new ones to create a different future. But above and beyond that is this awakening to who's watching. You need to investigate that for yourself. You need to be like the scientist that observes what's going on in your life and then turns around and investigates, who am I? Who is the watcher? Who is the seer? Who is the observer of it all? And to do that over and over and over and over again until we awaken to that way of seeing. This is the true awakening that the mystics and the sages have talked about for eons, that we have an opportunity to practice. So where meditation can sometimes get in our way is that we can use meditation to deny what it is, the reality, what it is that we're sensing, what it is that we're feeling, what it is that we're thinking that may be uncomfortable. So you've probably all, we all do it at times when when there's something really big coming up and we're feeling really uncomfortable. Maybe it's some deep grief or sadness or feeling not good enough or rage and anger coming up. If we don't want to feel that, meditation can sometimes be a way of disassociating with what it is that's coming up in our lives. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to face it. So we get drawn to a type of meditation that has us dancing out in the daisies, up and away and disassociated from what it is we're feeling in our bodies in this moment. It's okay to escape from what we're feeling, for short instances when we have to do something in the moment and we need to just get it done, like an emergency situation. If we need to just get something done and not sit there and feel our emotions, of course, we are designed to detach and disassociate from our emotions in certain moments because sometimes we just need to, but we often overuse that. And meditation, certain forms of meditation that send us up and out and in this dreamy land that's not grounded in our physical body and feeling what we're feeling and breathing down into this very physical space of who we are. Types of meditation that take us out of our bodies and out into the ether and disconnect us from what's around us in this moment and what we're feeling in this moment. They have a small place in the world of using meditation. A lot of people love those kinds of meditations because they make them feel better in the short term, but in the long term they do nothing to teach us how to move through what it is that we're feeling, how to stay in our bodies, and how to learn to choose different responses in life. Because if we're not tapped into it, if we're not grounded and embodied in our physical body and we're off in this detached space, we never learn to overcome stress. We just sort of press a pause button for a moment, but we don't actually ever learn to move through it and develop this strength and this ability to have old patterns rear up, big emotions rear up, and in the face of those, choose a different response and create a different reality, or be able to know who we are beyond what we're feeling while we're feeling it. This is the true art of meditation. So the types of meditations that I love you to avoid, if you're serious about really creating the success that you want to create, really experiencing deep fulfillment that's irrespective of the circumstances that you're facing, and if you really want to awaken in this lifetime to what we're here to do, to develop and evolve as a soul, then the types of meditations to avoid are the ones that take you out of your body and off deep into your imagination that's far away from where your life is at now in your present moment and the feelings and the sensations in your body. Avoid those types of meditations because they literally avoid reality and avoid what's here and now and avoid you being present to yourself and to your life as it is right now. We need to be in full acceptance of what it is we're experiencing in our life now, what we're feeling in our being right now, to be able to upgrade it and to be able to overcome it. So the types of meditation that is really powerful for you to be doing if you really are serious about creating the success that you feel drawn to create and creating the depth of fulfillment that you feel drawn to create, the types of meditations that are useful are embodied meditations. Meditations that allow you to be with what is here right now. Be with your breath. Be with the sensations within your body. By all means, imagine, light entering your body. Imagine love flowing through your body. They're all fine because they're here and now. You can add to this moment. You can, redirect the flow of energy in this moment. But as long as you're here and present now, then there is a chance of overcoming and working through whatever it is that's in your body. For some of us who have had quite a lot of trauma in their early years and have strong patterns of avoidance, I certainly had a lot of trauma in my childhood, and develop this ability to disassociate with what I was feeling to be able to get on with life. And it's useful in your early years, but as you become an adult, it gets in the way. We then need to go back and face that darkness and those old emotional patterns and bring light to them. So we need the ability to be able to be present with any big emotion that comes up. Meditations that allow us to just be present with what we're feeling, to be able to feel it as sensations, allow us to bring light to that darkness, allow us to turn any of the darkness that we feel in our body into light, turn struggles into success, turn fear into fulfillment, turn any of the dirt in our life into diamonds. We do that by being present with it and allowing our full presence and attention and loving awareness on anything it is that comes up in our life. The most powerful stance that we can have in life is that we are just open to whatever arises in the moment. Whatever circumstances arise, we're okay with them. We can then also use our mind to direct where we would like life to go. We are powerful creators, and our mind is there to use as a tool to create whatever it is that we want in our life. But we first need that ability to just be present with what is. Be present with what it is that we're feeling and to know where we're at in each moment, to then direct it forward as to what it is that we want to create and to follow our intuitive nudges that are, guiding us forward at all times. So I'm just going to guide you now through a meditation which is a very embodied form of meditation that allows you to be present with what is real in your life, and then to use your mind in a way of creating what it is that you want to create to move forward, whatever it is you've been guided to create in your life. So those of you who are watching this on video, close down your eyes and use it as an opportunity to go inward. For those of you who are driving or walking, obviously keep your eyes open and keep focused on what you need to be focused on. But you can do this meditation by just taking some of your awareness inside as you're moving out in the world. So bringing your attention down into your breath. So as you're doing what you're doing or you're sitting quietly, just taking your breath down into your belly and noticing what it is that you're feeling in this moment. Notice the sensations that are present in your body and your being in this moment. You might feel some tensions in your body. Notice any sensations within your physical body, any tension. Just be present with that. Bring your loving awareness and your breath to whatever you can feel in your physical body. Breathing down into it. Bringing your attention to the contents of your mind at the moment. You've just been listening to me talk for about 15 minutes. So maybe your mind is just quiet and listening. Or maybe it's been really busy lately. So even as I'm talking, you're having all sorts of your own thoughts about what I'm saying and maybe unrelated topics to what I'm talking about. But just be present with where your mind is at right now. Is it thinking? Is it not thinking? If it's thinking, what's it thinking about? Are helpful thoughts, destructive thoughts? Just be present. Be the witness. Be the observer of your thoughts. And breathe. Just breathe in acceptance. Just be the watcher. Notice what you're feeling today. Scan your emotional body. And just breathe into any emotion that you can feel right now. What emotions can you feel in your physical body? And just be with them. Let them be. Breathe into them. Stay in your body. You're safe to feel whatever you're feeling in this moment. And then energetically just feel where your energy's at today. Feel that subtle vibration of life force that moves and powers your physical body. Just notice how your energy's feeling today, not judging it in any way. Just being present with what you can feel in your physical body. Just breathing and being present with that. This is you just noticing where you're at, observing where you're at. And being present with that. It's not escaping in any way, it's not drifting off into la la land, disassociating with where you're at. It's just being present with where you're at and what you're feeling today. There's a few things that we can do from there once you're present and you know what it is that you're feeling today. Based on what it is that you need to be doing next. You know, what is it you need to be doing today? And where would you like to be to create that? So when I do a meditation before I start my work day, I let myself just be with where I'm at today. And then I cast my mind towards what it is that I need to be doing within my work day. Then I use my mind to be intentional about what it is that I want to create today. So I see myself, creating an amazing podcast that people are going to feel inspired and listen to, and it awaken them, and it really touch those parts of their being that have been wondering about how to use meditation. I use my mind to be very intentional and positive about what it is that I want to create for the day. Whatever it is you need to do today, use your mind to be intentional about what it is that you want to create. Our mind is powerful. We can use it in a very positive way to create the success that we want to create. And then ultimately the fulfillment that we all seek, that is available right now, purely by observing who is observing all of the thoughts and feelings that are present in our life right now. So when you are scanning your body and your being to see where you're at today, who is observing that? When you are being intentional about what it is that you want to create and using your mind to create positive outcomes for your day, who is observing that? Who's watching all that's unfolding in your life right now? Who is the observer? Literally just opening our eyes, the true, vast, unlimited eyes that are watching everything unfold in our life, whether it's so-called good or bad, success or failure, happy or sad. Who's watching it all? Who's observing it all? And to undertake that investigation within our meditation, each time we're bothering to stop and observe what it is that's arising within our day and within our being, also investigating who's watching. Because this is where true fulfillment lies. The investigation of this is where that fulfillment lies that doesn't even require the success. It's beyond even success and failure and feeling happy and sad. This is where the true awakening lies. But don't just believe me, investigate for yourself. Investigate who is observing your life. Who is observing all of the feelings and the reactions and the patterns and the responses and the stress? Who's observing? Because when you awaken to the true nature of who you are, the journey to create success and fulfillment in your life is a playful adventure. And you can use your mind to create what it is that you want to create in your life. But the ground and the starting point from all of that is fulfillment itself. success itself. I invite you to keep investigating who it is that's watching, because this style of meditation is what allows you to really create true fulfillment and true success that's even beyond what it is that you create in your outer life. So those of you that closed your eyes, open your eyes now and look out at the world with true success and true fulfillment. See the world from that vast observer who's witnessing it all. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. If you liked it, please click the like button and share it with others who you know are ready to shine bright in their life. Subscribe to the podcast channel so that you can see when new episodes are released. And if you're ready to dive deep and undertake the Diamond Code training, visit my website at courtneyprosser.com. And remember, stand strong, shine bright, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Diamond Code podcast.